Welcome to Sparkling Memories, a place where you can actually improve relationship with food, pairs, and yourself. And today in front of you is exactly what we're going to be making. It'll go into the chicken in three different ways.
Okay, so here are the ingredients. In front of you, we have 6 large chicken breasts. We have some eggs. Those are the non-GMO, with, loaded with vitamins plus omega 3s. As far as the eggs, we have the regular breadcrumbs with the Romano cheese. We have the Kerrygold Irish butter. We have some cornstarch, onion powder, garlic powder, adobo with salt. Then we have the classic sour cream, some honey, and then we have 2 McCormick seasoning. One is roasted garlic and herb. The next one is smokehouse maple, and then here we have some milk, some silk vanilla almond milk. Now, the whole purpose of having all these ingredients is so we can make this 3 different ways. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is simplify it. You take your chicken and you cut them up. So this is the first container. This is the second one. And then this is the third one. So the first thing you want to do is season them up. So I'm going to start with the first one. And as we spread them out a little bit, then we're going to go ahead and add some seasoning to it. What we're going to add is the onion powder, the garlic powder, the adobo, and the grilled minced roasted garlic herb. Have that nicely seasoned, then we come back. Okay, so now we have the second batch of the chicken breasts already cut up. You can go ahead and throw that out. Now, this seasoning is going to be a little different. The only thing it has in common is probably the thyme, the onion powder, the garlic powder. But at this point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some good old-fashioned ground black pepper, McCormick ground cumin, and grilled mix smokehouse maple. We go ahead and season it up, and we're going to turn them around and then put on season on the next side. So this is the second batch. Okay, so this is the third one now. We have the chicken breast right here, and we have this pan. We actually put in some olive oil to coat the pan really nicely. Of course, we had to wash it and do all that good stuff too. And what we're gonna do is take the chicken breast and just put them on here, just spread them on. And this is gonna be a little different because I'm actually doing a combination of things with this one, but the ingredients are fairly the same. Powder, and you just pour generous around on that too, and you want to make sure you fully coat it. And then we have some good old-fashioned garlic powder, and we just repeat the step that we did with the adobo and the onion powder. What's a little difference in this one is we're going to be using the McCormick barbecue seasoning. So it should give a different taste than the maple one with the smokehouse. So it has a gorgeous color, which makes all the difference. Now, at this point, you see how it's completely covered in seasoning? You want to go ahead and we want to turn them around. I'm going to try to do this very quickly because everything is about timing just to get it just right. You don't want to be going back and forth without all your ingredients there. First thing you have to do is have all the ingredients set aside for each item so you could generously put them on according to how much you feel is needed. Some people might just season one side and then that's it. Some people do both. I rather do both to make sure my food is completely seasoned and it's not lacking anything. So what I'm going to do is repeat this step and pour on the same stuff once again. The onion powder, the adobo with the salt, the garlic powder, and the McCormick barbecue sauce. Well, not sauce, seasoning. In front of you. What we're going to do now is going to add something that is not typical, the sour cream. I'm just going to pull that all over it. And just check our joints around, and we're just going to spread it. We wanted to get them in leg pieces because once you do that, it gives off a lot more flavor than if you does have the chicken breast whole. So it's always nice to try something different and mix it up a little bit. I understand it's come highly recommended, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully it comes out the way it's supposed to, and if it doesn't, we just have to switch up a couple things and perhaps do it differently as for another time. But for this time, this is what we're going to do. And you preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and we're going to leave this in for a good 20 minutes. And before we do that, we want to make sure everything is completely covered, as you see here. And I managed to use the whole container apparently. So I'm going to make sure everything is spread out evenly or to the best of my ability. That way everything is covered and you don't have anything that's dry, because chicken breast is one item that tends to get dry very quickly. So whether it's overcooked or undercooked, you can completely tell. That's why a lot of times I don't like to eat chicken breast from other folks, because it's either overcooked or undercooked. But with this method, you should be just fine. And this here was actually a 16 ounce of sour cream. Now at this point, you want to add the breadcrumbs, the Italian style, and you want to place that on the top. I know people have used this particular breading for other items such as macaroni and cheese, fish, steak, but today we're going to use it for chicken breast. And since we are out of that one, I actually bought another one, so we can actually place in the top. So at this point, you put it in the oven and let it brown.
Okay, so this is the end result of making the chicken. And this is one way of making it, because you want to make it 3 different ways. This is actually chicken with the sour cream and the Italian breading, the baked beans, and fettuccine alfredo. So next time, this is Missy Duran for Sparkling Memories.